Are you sick, fed up of carrying that excess weight around your stomach, your love handles? You just can't seem to get down to that place where you're lean, fit, healthy with visible abs. Well, if you're anything like me, you've probably struggled with that for months, if not years. And I'm going to give you the 2 things you need to do and the 4 things you need to focus on by the end of this video in order to remedy that and get from 15 down to 15% from 25% body fat. There's only really 2 things you need to think about when it comes to getting from 25 to 15% body fat. One is inputs, the other is outputs. Now, that's a simplified version, but if you want to avoid looking like a string bean with a little bit of a kangaroo pouch and still that skinny fat look, then you maybe want to take into account some of these other factors that I'm going to discuss in this short video. Now, the fastest way transparently to do it is probably just take a chainsaw and cut it off.
Stay back, I got a chainsaw!
But I don't think you would survive, and I don't know how that would feel. So let's look at a more practical approach. So step number 1, every time you hit a plateau with your weight loss, increase your activity by 20%. How's this done? Through your step count. The overall steps, increase it by 20%. So if your average is 7,000 a day, take it up to 8,400. That's step number 1. Step number 2, decrease your calorie count by 200 calories per day every time you hit a plateau. Rotate these 2, and this is how you're going to get from 25 down to 15%. Now, this is only effective if you can actually hit something consistently. Unless you have consistency with your calorie targets, with your training, with your activity, then adjusting these is going to make absolutely no fucking difference if you can't hit it consistently to start with. Now, most trainers won't tell you this, but if you're not doing something consistently, it doesn't matter how many HIIT workouts you do or how strict of a diet plan you follow, you're not going to get results. There are a few other gimmicky things that you're probably questioning. Are these the next step? Do I have to do more ab workouts? Do I have to do more sit-ups? Do I have to do a more of a deeper crash diet? Here's the 4 things that you don't need to focus on. My notes here, one is ab workouts, fat burners, detox teas and crash diets. So let's break these down. Let's look at ab workouts first. I would honestly rather you spend 10 minutes planning your nutrition than spending 10 minutes in an ab workout. An ab workout is going to get you no closer to 15% body fat, but managing your nutrition correctly is going to get you there and beyond. If you want to go to 8, if you want to go to 10, that is going to be more effective than doing ab workouts. Step number 2 on this one is fat burners. Fat burners are simply caffeine and appetite suppressants. Do they have a place? Potentially. If you're really tired, if you're low in energy, if you're in a fat loss phase for months and you're pushing from 12 down to 8% body fat, they may have a place because they give you a boost and they help suppress your appetite. Outside of that, for the general population, they are not very useful. Let's look at detox teas and things like Herbalife. Why not just go and get food poisoning? Same effect. Like, it makes no difference. These are going to just help you shut your brains out, help you get dehydrated so you lose weight, and then the second you go back to eating normally, you're going to put it all back on because it's just water weight you're losing. And the 4th and final one is crash diets. If you crash your calories through the floor, you will lose weight and you probably will get to 15% body fat if you can sustain it long enough. But what happens after that? The second you go back to eating the way you did before, you're going to put it all back on. Your results are tied directly into which the method you use to achieve them. That means if the method you use is unsustainable, aka the diet plan, the workouts, the cardio, whatever it is, you can put an end date in the results. And who wants to put an end date in your results? Why not lose weight forever, get down to 15% body fat and sustain it, as opposed to doing it for a couple of weeks and then just putting it all back on? Oh, if you haven't already, by the way, make sure and hit subscribe if you've took anything from this video whatsoever so far. Now, the key 4 pillars that you're going to need to focus on if you want to get down to 15% body fat and make it stay there are calories, protein, activity, workouts. So let's look at calories. Take your goal body weight in pounds and times that by 12. So if your goal body weight is 200, 2,400 calories is roughly where you want to be. Let's look at protein. Take your goal body weight in pounds, times it by 1. That's how many grams of protein you should roughly be consuming on a daily basis. So if your goal is 200 pounds, 200 grams. The 3rd, resistance training. Don't overcomplicate this. Train 3 to 5 times per week using 4 to 6 exercises per session and you're absolutely good to go. You don't need to change your routine every day, every week and every month. This is ultimately just going to lead you to getting very good or very average at a lot of things rather than very good at a small number of few. Too many people change their workouts too frequently and never give themselves any time to progress, get better, get stronger, actually make progress towards that goal. And the final one is activity. Again, I gave you the strategy at the start on this. Set your target, whatever it is just now. Take your average over the last 7 days, increase it by 20%. That's going to start moving you towards that goal. Every time you hit a plateau, decrease your calories by 200, increase your steps by 20%, and you're absolutely good to go. Rotate these each week, job done. You'll get to 15% in a matter of weeks, not months and years, depending, of course, on where you're starting out. If you take these strategies and run with them, I guarantee you will get to 15% body fat in your goal. We have helped hundreds and hundreds of people do this. I've done it multiple times on my own. The science points to these being the key things that you need to focus on. Forget about the rest. Everything else is the 5 to 10%, with the exception of maybe sleep. That's going to be a core pillar there. If you enjoyed this video, there's going to be the fastest way to build strength and muscle mass over to the side as well. Go and check that out. It's going to be a key ingredient to helping you be successful in maintaining muscle mass as you get down to a lower body fat.